Peterbot actually swapped to an entirely new stretch resolution, and the reason behind it is very logical. He also explained why edit on release is so much better than having it turned off, and all the disadvantages, how people call them, actually don't exist. He also talked on what polling rate he's playing on, so therefore we're gonna take a look at his newly updated Fortnite settings, as well as all the peripherals and his gaming PC for 2025. And to answer the most important question, what stretch res is Peterbot using now and why, it's actually 1750 x 1080. We can see this from a live stream from yesterday.
Back on stretch res, yeah, I'm on 1750.
And the reason behind it is actually very logical. With chapter 6 being mainly focused on aim and all the weapons being super precise, hit scan returning, and having good aim being so rewarding this season, Peterbot actually stretched his resolution a little bit more instead of 1720 x 1080 to gain that slight advantage in terms of aim. But he also made sure that he doesn't stretch it too much so that it won't affect his mechanics, because as we can see from the following clip, his mechanics are still insane. So therefore there is no change, and he just wanted this slight advantage in terms of aim. If you guys don't know, whenever you have a stretch resolution in Fortnite, models just appear a little bit wider, so it's a lot easier to hit your shots. And this is why Peterbot thought, okay, I'm gonna utilize this even more for chapter 6, and he stretched his resolution a tiny bit more. So therefore, if you want to try out a stretch resolution in this chapter, guys, there's actually a few things which you have to apply for it to work properly. But luckily for you, I just released today a stretch resolution guide where I show you how to get one on Nvidia, AMD, as well as Intel HD graphics. So therefore, no matter what PC or laptop you're playing on, you can apply this. You can find the full video on my channel afterwards. What if there would be a website which is gonna teach you how to perfectly box fight in Fortnite? Well, I partnered up with Destiny Jesus, who's one of the best coaches in the game, and he released the Box Fights Masterclass. Top pro players like Bolts are going to teach you exactly how to box fight. Many people think it's just holding an angle, but there's so much more to it. This masterclass is going to explain you exactly how to hold angles, how to do the right piece control, how to not overbuild, how to exit box fights in case you see it doesn't make sense. Everything which a normal player struggles with. And the best part is, you don't have to play Fortnite for years to get the same knowledge. It's all just in this masterclass. And with codeless stripes, you can get 10% off. So make sure to check it out with the link down below. Now, in the following clip, Peterbot explained to a viewer why having edit on release is actually so much better than having it turned off. And the concern for most players was that it's kinda clunky to hide behind walls and still holding the edit. But Peterbot had a direct response to that and explained why you need to use edit on release in 2025.
It's better for peaks? No, it's not, bro. They're only better for peaks too, bro. How? Because you're doing it faster, brother. You're doing it faster, but like, y'all don't understand. Like, you're giving up like a half second when you have edit on release off. You know what I'm saying? Like, edit on release is just insta, but like when you like, the only problem with people like people cry about edit on release is like when they do it and they're like whole body shown because they're not like hiding anything, and it's just their fault. Like, people are just bad. And right now on screen are Peterbot's exact in-game settings. He's playing on windowed full screen with, of course, 1750 x 1080. As mentioned, there is no other way right now to get a stretch resolution in Fortnite besides playing on windowed full screen. His VSync is turned off, his frame rate limit is on 240 FPS, and he mentioned multiple times that he doesn't want to switch actually over to 360, 500, 600 Hz, and that currently for Fortnite, because of how laggy endgames can get, 240 FPS is the sweet spot, and you don't want to get used to more. For his rendering mode, he's of course playing on the performance mode, which is gonna give you the most FPS on basically any PC. And for his brightness, he's playing on 125%, user interface contrast on 1x, and his colorblind mode is completely turned off. That way, right now, as you can see it here on screen, this is exactly how Peterbot has his Fortnite looking. And I gotta say, the colors are really good, it looks really vibrant and all of that, and even without a colorblind mode, his game looks amazing. So therefore, if you want to copy this, feel free to do so. And for his graphics quality performance mode settings, his 3D resolution is set to 100%, his viewing distance is set to medium, which by the way is very important, because if you put this on low, you can only see items up until 100 meters, and with medium you can go up all the way to 250, which is especially really good for spotting loot in the distance. And his textures are set to medium, and of course meshes to low. And next up, for his HUD options, his HUD scale is set to 65. That way his HUD is still completely visible, but it's not too annoying on screen, which is gonna give him a nice advantage. Right now is a direct comparison between something like the highest and 65
5 which Peterbot is using, so therefore yeah, it definitely makes sense that he's using a lower one, but just so you guys can see the difference. Now I'm going to tell you everything about Peterbot's updated mouse settings and which mouse he's using. First of all, it's the Logitech G Pro Superlight 2, the updated version of the Superlight with a higher polling rate, overall better quality, way better battery time, and one of the most popular mice in all of esports. Now the thing is, this mouse can actually run up until 8000 Hz, which is very popular recently in esports, to have peripherals which can go up until such a crazy polling rate. But for some reason, Peterbot is not fully utilizing this mouse. I'm gonna roll the clip.
Wait, what polling rate do you use? I use 1K.
I think the art was 68 headshot.
Multiple PC experts are claiming that 4 or 8000 Hz polling rate is actually causing a lot of microstutter. So therefore, for a professional like Peterbot who wants to avoid that and have the best experience, it makes sense to just simply play on 1000 Hz, since the difference between 1000 and 8000 Hz is near impossible to notice for a normal human being. So therefore, Peterbot is playing on 1000 Hz polling rate in combination with 800 dpi. This is gonna be very important since we're now gonna cover his mouse sensitivity. For his X and Y sense, he's playing on 6.4%, his targeting sense and scope sense is on 45%, and his building and editing sense is just simply native on 100%. Now once we're going to cover his main keyboard, Peterbot is still playing on the SteelSeries Apex Pro TKL, the 2019 version, not the 2023 version or even the most recent Gen 3 which came out. He's kinda playing on the OG version, if that makes sense. Then for Peterbot's updated binds, we're first of all gonna cover his movement keybinds, where he somehow uses C for crouch, which is very weird in my opinion. I haven't really seen any Fortnite pro using C there. For his building keybinds, he's using wall on T, floor on Y, stairs on F, and roof on V. His traps are on R, rotating builds on J, build and editing on G, turbo building enabled, of course confirm edit on release enabled as I mentioned previously. Peterbot even stated often on his stream that his keybinds are a little bit more weird, but realistically they're not too far off of clicks, and both of them are amazing fast editors. So maybe there is something with putting all your keybinds actually on your keyboard which we don't know about, because it's clearly working for both of them. Let me know what you guys think about it and comment down below your Fortnite keybinds. I'm very excited. Now to quickly cover the rest of his gear, he's actually playing on the Zoe XL 2566K, which is Zoe's latest 360Hz monitor with a feature called Diac 2. They even sent me out the Zoe XL 2566K and I can say that's an amazing monitor. And if you guys don't know, almost 70% of all worldwide pros across any esports game are using a Zoe monitor. That has a very specific reason. These monitors are absolute beasts. For his mousepad, he's using the GameSense Radar Benji Fishy mousepad, and I'm just gonna give you a brief description right now on screen, and I've seen many pros, even Mr. Savage, being absolutely crazy on these mousepads. And considering that Peterbot is using this mousepad already for so long, it has to be really good. And finally for his headphones, he's using the HyperX Cloud Freeze. And there again I can say from someone who's been using HyperX a long time, especially growing up, they're in terms of price to performance actually unbeatable. So this is it so far for the peripherals, but what about his main gaming PC? Well, for his main PC, Peterbot is using an Nvidia GeForce RTX 4090, which is right now the strongest GPU in the world, providing him with all the power he needs. That one is paired with an Intel Core i9 13900K, as well as 64 gigs of DDR5 RAM with 7200 MHz. That way Peterbot can assure that he has the least amount of latency when it comes down to gaming, giving him especially that small advantage over all the other pros. Now to make your Fortnite run even better, I'm gonna show you exactly what to do. In the first place, what you want to do is go into your Windows search bar and type in that game until you can find game mode settings. Now the thing with the Windows game mode is it's a very special mode which basically prioritizes games like Fortnite in the background whenever you're launching the game or playing it. So it means no matter what else is going on your PC, it's always going to focus its main resources, which is basically its raw CPU, GPU and RAM power, towards Fortnite, making sure that you run it at the highest FPS. So therefore please make sure that it's turned on. The next up we're going to click on the graphics settings, and in here hardware accelerated GPU scheduling actually makes a ton of sense for Fortnite. Many people always recommend you to just use it, but let me explain you how it actually works. What it's going to do is basically going to put a ton of workload off the CPU to your GPU, and since Fortnite is a CPU based game, it totally makes sense to use this. You want to have definitely more CPU power than GPU power, since the CPU is for most of you the limiting factor. So what you want to make sure is that you always have this turned on, guys. Hardware accelerated GPU scheduling, turn it on 100%. And under graphics performance settings, you want to add your Fortnite. If you don't know how to do this, you basically just have to go under your local C and program files, press E for Epic Games, then you're gonna find your Fortnite, go under Fortnite game, and in here binaries. Windows 64, and then you're gonna find your Fortnite exit. The name is Fortnite Client Windows 64 Shipping Exit. Then all you gotta do is click under Add. Once you get it in here, you want to make sure to click under Options and make sure to put it to High Performance, guys. Don't let it on let Windows decide. For power saving, High Performance is the one which you want to use. Additionally, I want you to right click onto your screen and go under Nvidia Control Panel. And I'm gonna explain you real quick the best Nvidia Control Panel settings. Now therefore click under Just Image Settings with Preview, select the second option and click under Take Me There. Now in here, I've specifically managed to put in the best Nvidia Control Panel settings for your PC when it comes down to Fortnite. Image scaling you want to turn off. Ambient occlusion, turn off. Anti-strophic filtering basically determines the overall quality of textures, so therefore we're gonna leave it on application control since we changed it in Fortnite directly. Anti-aliasing FXAA you want to keep off. This one basically sharpens edges in the distance. We don't really care about it since the art style of Fortnite really doesn't need all the edges to be super sharp. Gamma correction I would leave on. This has something to do with lighting and how it reflects and all of that, and you don't want to mess around with your lighting and shadows. Anti-aliasing mode on application controlled directly in Fortnite. Anti-aliasing transparency you're gonna keep on off. Background application maximum frame rate really doesn't matter at all. CUDA GPUs, you're gonna make sure that you select your main GPU if you have integrated graphics as well. Then the CUDA system fallback policies, this one driver default. DSR factors turned off. Low latency mode you wanna put on guys, not on ultra and not on off. On is the best one for the least amount of latency, and many pros have reported that ultra actually causes more trouble than it actually helps. Maximum frame rate you're gonna keep on off. We do this in Fortnite directly. Multi-frame sampled AA you're gonna keep on off. OpenGL GDI compatibility you're gonna keep on auto. You don't have to put this on preferred performance because this only affects 2D textures and text, so therefore nothing which is really important for Fortnite. Then OpenGL rendering GPU, again select your main one. Power management mode and prefer maximum performance. Preferred refresh rate of course on the highest available. Then shader cache size you can actually keep on 10 gigs, but I would recommend you to actually clean it from time to time. And how you can do this is very easy. You go into Windows search bar, type in there temporary until you can find delete temporary files, and in here now you're going to scroll down until you can find it. Let it load real quick in the background, and then all you want to do is check actually DirectX shader cache, just like this here, 2.4 Mbit, and then you're gonna click under remove files. What it basically does is the best explained in here: clean up files created by the graphics system which can speed up application load time and improve responsiveness. They will regenerate as needed, but sometimes they're a little bit corrupted, or especially if Fortnite just changed the entire map or new season and all of that. You definitely want to make sure that you clean it every new Fortnite season. Then texture filtering, anti-strophic sample optimization you actually want to keep on off. Texture filtering, LOD bias you want to keep on allow. We're not changing anyways the level of detail on our textures. This is something for the Nvidia profile inspector, so therefore it doesn't really affect us here. Texture filtering quality on high performance. Trilinear optimization on. Threaded optimization you're gonna keep on auto. Realistically Fortnite has a very good multi-thread rendering system, so therefore you don't really have to bother with this here. It basically just allows your PC to use multiple threads for Fortnite. Triple buffering and vertical sync both go hand in hand, so you want to turn them off. You definitely don't want to utilize VSync unless you're on a 60Hz monitor with a ton of screen tearing going on. And virtual reality and all of these here you're gonna keep on the native one or off. And just a quick tip, if you want to make your Fortnite even more colorful, you can go and adjust desktop color settings. Make sure to select your main monitor and then scroll down a little bit until you can see digital vibrance. And for me you can see I already have it on plus 75%. That way your whole entire screen and Fortnite especially is gonna be a lot more colorful. Then we're gonna go under adjust video color settings. Again in here select your main monitor and put your saturation as well to plus 75%. Once you're done with that, click again under apply and you're good to go. Your Fortnite is gonna feel a lot smoother, a lot more responsive, and look a lot more colorful.